Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and I am your watch guy today. Today I am reviewing another piece from Pagani Design. You may be aware that the Black Friday or Super Friday sale on Aliexpress is about to start, and this watch is involved with a very nice discount. This one has been sent to me by the Pagani Design official store, and I have linked them in the description. Now they are participating in the Super Friday sale. I always prefer this one a little bit more to the 1111, just because at the end of the month everyone's being paid, haven't they? So it's a bit more accessible to a lot of us. Now this particular piece homages IWC, and I have a little bit of a soft spot for IWC and their Flieger style, pilot style watches. I think that they have some absolutely gorgeous and very underrated pieces in their lineup. This one will not be unfamiliar to you if you keep up with any sort of watch news. Lewis Hamilton sports one pretty much every week. Now in the Super Friday sale, this one will cost you just over £60. Again, I have linked it in the description. Let me turn this camera around and let me show you how good this watch is for that type of money. Okay guys, so this is Pagani Design's latest homage to IWC. This was released just before the 1111 sale, and it was sent to me by the Pagani Design official store. They're linked in the description. I think that this is a case of them making an absolutely fantastic homage with a VK movement once again. It really does seem like when Pagani use that VK movement, they do absolutely nail their designs. Well, I say designs, they nail the watches. The specifications are fantastic. It's always a winner. This one's actually the VK-67 movement, and that reference is the one with the layout down this left-hand side of the watch. I think that that's a really nice feature. A chronograph with a little bit more of a twist, I think. Now this is very much in a pilot style. It's a homage to IWC. Therefore, we don't really owe the design to Pagani Design, but it is really nice to look at too. In diameter is 42.5 millimeters. It is 12.2 millimeters thick, slightly over the usual 50 millimeter range on the lug to lug. It is 50.5 millimeters. Still does wear quite nicely, however. And these lugs are 20 mil lugs. Now the watch is fully 316L stainless steel, but it does have this bronze coating on it, and it is fully bead blasted in its finishing. I think it gives a really lovely effect to the watch itself, and it really does give a distinguished, almost militaristic type of feature. Now the crown is a screw down crown, nice and easy to access over to the side here. First position is a ghost date position, unfortunately. Second position, handset. Is, as I say, screw in crown. Nice to see. Really good level of grip and well sized. Also, you do want a decent proportion to these crowns on this size of a watch, so it is nice to see that they follow through with that. Pagani Design logo again in that bead blasted effect. Surrounding that crown we have standard pushers. First one is to start the chrono, stop the chrono, and second is to click it back into position. Now this is a mecha quartz movement, as you obviously know by now. That is a Seiko VK-67. This is a screw down case back. Now it does have this aviation sort of design to it. One thing that does really confuse me is this diver print here, or etching here. But yeah, we'll get to that later on. It is the PD-1703. It's nice to see that they're matching up the watches to the case backs now much better than they were. Now this is a sapphire crystal built into this watch. It does have a slight dome to it, and it does distort the dial slightly. Very nice sapphire crystal in this one. The watch itself is provided with 100 meters of water resistance, and with standard pushers, I think that's pretty much as we can expect from this watch. You can also see that there is a slight level of AR coating on this sapphire crystal. Now moving into the dial itself, it is complete Flieger / aviation to me. We have Arabic numerals throughout the hour markings, straight down the side here from 1 to 5, and obviously a few missing due to those sub dials. However, 7, 8, 10 and 11 very present on that dial also. We have that Flieger style triangle up at the 12 o'clock with dots either side. I think that's a very nice aesthetic touch. The Pagani Design logo is applied to the dial in this gold bronze tone, which really does flow well with the design. This dial has a really nice sunburst effect to it, and it really does play nicely with the light. As well as that sunburst effect though, we do have a differing finish to the subdials, which again does have a nice bit of contrast. We have a vinyl record type of effect on those subdials, which is nice to see again. We have the ticking seconds down at the 6 o'clock, chrono minute hand up at the 12, and the hour chrono marker over to the 9 o'clock. Really nice layout. I think it adds a little bit of a dimension to this watch itself. All of the dial is printed aside from that their logo. Now it is loomed. I will get to that. Let's talk about the handset first. A very bold sword style handset with a skeletonized feature for the loomed centers. We have that almost pilot watch chrono hand up straight towards the 12 o'clock there with the arrow head tip. Now these all have a bronze tone to the outer edge of the handset, and the subdials hold these actually quite bold hands, which is nice to see because they don't get lost in the dial. They're very easy to read. Now let me get the lights out and let's have a look at this loom. Okay, so as you can see here, it's actually quite good. Usually with this type of aged or coloured loom type of effect, you don't get a very good loom signature. However, Pagani have actually pulled this one out of the bag, which is not something that I usually find myself saying. Now it's not exactly the nuclear type of loom that you see from a Seiko or the likes. However, I think that's quite good. It's lasting and well spread, and yeah, I'll definitely give them a pass on this one. I think I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. All the markers are loomed. Yes, it's not the brightest in the world. However, it's lasting well and it's well spread. Well done to Pagani, because they do get a lot of stick for their loom. I think that they have definitely sorted this one out. So moving on from the head of the watch, we move on to this band that it is supplied with. It is actually a really good quality band for the price of this watch. For £80, you're getting quite a bit here. It is leather backed, but we do have this fabric type of effect to the front of the band, which really flows well with the rest of the watch and the watch design. We have two keepers. This one's a little bit loose for myself. We have a brushed finish to the Pagani Design buckle here. Very substantial buckle, actually quite nicely fitted to this watch. As you can see, good levels of adjustments available here. Let me just get this on wrist and show you how it looks on my 6 1/4 inch wrist. Okay, so even though it is a much bigger lug to lug than I am used to, it does actually still fit quite nicely to wrist, and it actually is really wearable. I have always been a fan of the IWC Design, however, I always thought that they were a bit too big for me. And this has sort of changed my mind on that. I just think that, as I say, it's a really well fitted watch. For the price, £80, you are getting quite a bit here, and it is available in plenty of other colour options to suit a lot of different tastes. Now, I will segue into my moan section, and I will be starting with this strap that I have just given a lot of credit to. There's 2 points on here that I do need to mention to you, and I think they are actually deal breakers for a couple of you. So this lower portion of the band is actually askew with the stitching, well, not the stitching, with the almost corduroy type of effect through the center. Yeah, that will drive a few people mad out there, to be fair. The stitching's quite nice on this. It is a rigid band. Second point here, I would have liked to have seen this in a bead blasted effect, just to match the casing. I do understand that this would be cheaper, and it's nice to see a little bit of polish in there. However, if they really want to truly match the casing, then yeah, I'd have liked to have seen a matched effect. However, the watch itself, I really do like it. Now, as I've mentioned, this is available in different colours. So if this aged or almost vintage look isn't for you, then there are definitely other options out there. And for £80, this is definitely a good player on the market. It's nice to see Pagani finally produce something with a good loom shot, as well as not absolutely destroying it in the Moan section. I think that they really do well with these Mecha Quartz watches. I just think that that's definitely a strong point for themselves. Okay guys, so is this another Mecha Quartz winner from Pagani Design? Personally, I think so. And they do have different options, different coloured options available in the lineup for you to pick from. Whichever one floats your boat the most. And they are all available on the Pagani Design official store, as well as plenty of other watches to choose from if you are looking at anything in this Super Friday sale. All linked below. If you're not picking this one up, but you are picking something else up, I would love to hear what you are getting. I really do like to interact and talk to you guys about the pieces that you're picking up. And often enough, you just teach me something a little bit new, something I've missed in the market you show me, and I really do appreciate it. So remember to leave me a comment. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.